All right, on today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our TensorFlow course, and we're still doing our validating and testing module. Let's have a look at what we went over today. Now, first and foremost, I'm going to go ahead and start compiling the code because there is a lot of data to work through. So let's get that going now. Now, with that being said, let's get it taken from the top. Now we will go over the process of testing our model. So here we are not just evaluating our model or doing some validation, but we are passing in data, and then we are allowing our model to predict the car price for us. Let me actually show you the formula we would use to actually get that going. We would use the model.predict x test formula, and that will give us a prediction back for our model. And these are all the predictions here. I did run it earlier just to make sure everything was working. As you can see here, we have a whole bunch of predictions, and I'm going to explain that to you in a second. Note that passing in the x test will return a lot of predictions. This is because we have a batch size of 100 for our x test. That is 100 rows of predictions. Let me move down a little bit because there was a little bit of a glare. Now we can show that is the case by running model.predict xtest.shape. And this will be the return right here, 100 by 1. That's 100 rows, 1 column. This shape specifies 100 rows in 1 column. So to get a single prediction, we can index into our xtest, which will look something like this. Model.predict xtest index 0. And note, we will have an output. Every prediction changes slightly with every computation. So every time we run it, we're going to have a different prediction. That's the only reason why I didn't put one here for the output. Also note that we can use model.predict, but also note that we cannot use model.predict xtest 0index.shape to get the shape of our prediction. For some reason that doesn't work inside VS Code, so we have to use this formula instead here, the model.predict tf.expand dems x test 0 index axis equals 0 dot shape. And again, that's only if you want to get the shape of our prediction. So let's get these plots out the way so I can show you exactly where we are. And then I'm going to actually go over to the while that's loading back up again. I'm going to go over to our data preparation and show you how we installed all of this or how we formulated all of this. So here we have the print x test, and that's going to give us the shape of the print x test. Then we have the print model.predict x test, and then we have the shape for that. And then we have the print model.predict x test 0 index. I actually put it that one in there so I can show you guys that it didn't work or it won't return anything. We actually have to use this formula here. Oh no, that's not the. Okay, so with this one, this is going to be exactly the same as this. I put these two in together just to be sure that it's going to return the same thing because I didn't know if it will return something different or not. Because if we tried to use this here dot shape, it wouldn't run, it wouldn't return anything. It says it's not a proper structure. So that's why I wasn't sure if it was going to return the actual prediction or not. But this will return a prediction as well as this will return a prediction, and actually return the same exact prediction. The only time we need to use this formula here is for when we're trying to get the shape of the prediction. So yeah. So with that being said, everything should be loading up soon, and we should get to the prediction soon, where I can show you exactly what's going on. Let me get and save that back so we're not messing anything up. And yeah, so it's running. We should be coming up to our second set of plots any second now. I can show you those plots. Let me actually move this up just a little bit. So let that run just a little bit up there. Let's bring this back down. Too far. Okay. That's good right there. Okay. And like I said, that's why I started compiling sooner because there is a lot more data to work through, and we're still working through the old data as well. So that's why I started compiling sooner. But this should be it now. Our second set of plots should be opening up now or soon, and we can get through that, and I can actually get to the prediction prices for you and all of that stuff. So here's a second set of plots here. Okay, that's out of the way, and now we should be getting to the prediction part soon. Like I said, I could have printed all of this stuff out, but it would have taken up a lot of coding lines. So I decided just to leave it here in the terminal so I can show you right from the terminal. Okay, so let's go slightly up so I can take it from the top. Okay, so this first set of numbers here, if I can get to the top of it. Yeah, this first set of numbers here, this is actually going to represent our model.x test, or not the model.x test, it's just going to represent the x test. So that's this here. We're just testing the data out. So we printed out the x test, that's this here, and then next should be the shape, the x test shape. So let me go down a little bit and see if we can, I don't want to move that one down, sorry. I want to move this one down. And here is the shape of our X test, 100 by 8. So that's 100 rows by 8 columns. So this is the X test here, and this is the shape of it here. Next should be the prediction. You can see it started right here. So that's the model.predict X test. That's this here. So that's going to be all the predictions, our 100 rows of predictions in one column. And next we ran the shape of that. That's what it should show. It should be 100 by 1. Let me go down a little bit so I can show you. And as you can see, there's the 100 by 1. So that's the shape of our prediction. So these are our predictions here. And this is the shape of our prediction. Now remember that we don't want 100 rows of different predictions for the same thing. So to narrow it down, we actually use the model.predict x test index 0. And that return is here, 89, 81, 403. And then we got the shape of that just to show you it's a 1 of 1. And then I ran it again in this form, the model.predict tf.expand dems, and you can see we got back the same price or the same prediction. That's why I ran it twice. I wasn't sure if it was going to come back different or if it was going to run at all in this form here, because if you try to run the dot shape in this form, it won't work. It'll return the error. So I just ran both just to make sure everything was working good, and they both came back with the same prediction. So that tells me that I can run this prediction, and everything will be fine. That's pretty much what we did this morning. We did a lot of compiling and a lot of computation and a lot of predicting. But as usual, I'll keep you guys posted every step of the way. Things are all picking up in this TensorFlow course, and it is getting a lot interesting. So stay with me. For now, this is the Python Papi. You guys stay Gucci.